Hello students, welcome back to your computer science class. So up till now you learned functions, and now we have come to Python libraries, and you all know about inbuilt functions, and now you all can easily identify if a function has a parameter, if a function has a return type to it by just looking at the function call. Now, I had told you all these are some built-in functions, and now I told you all to practice these. Now we are going to learn about modules. Now, besides built-in function, Python library also contains a number of modules. Modules means small parts of a program. Remember? So while a function is a grouping of instructions, a module is a grouping of functions. Basically, let's say up till now you all were a certain piece, a certain group of codes, you were giving one name to it as a function. For example, function area, and then there were certain code, right, statements to it, and you were indirectly naming those statements as area, correct? But now let's say I have many functions with me. Okay, let's say we are in a library, right? In a library we have so many books. So how do we bifurcate these books? We sectionize them, correct? You say this is fiction, this is non-fiction, this is Hindi, this is English, this is social science, etc., 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 and you categorize them. Similarly, when you categorize functions, then you call them as modules. So module is a group of functions. So when a program grows, function is used to simplify the code and to avoid repetition. For complex programs, it may not be feasible to manage the code in one single file. So if you say Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, let's say Microsoft Word, and I tell you design a Microsoft Word in Python, you cannot put all the functions, all the features in one file. You will make multiple files, or something like Photoshop or spreadsheets. You're going to make multiple files for it. It won't be made in one file. So when you have to make more than one file, then the program is divided into different parts under different levels, and these are called modules. Suppose we have created some function in a program that we want to reuse in another program. In that case, we can save those functions under a module and reuse them. A module is created as a Python file. Up till now, all the Python files that you are creating, you all must see the extension of that file is py. Okay, and it should contain function definitions. Okay, so to use a module, we need to import the module. Now, if I have a file, like we've made so many files right now saved in our computer. So if I want to use any of these files in my existing program, I must import it. So to import a module, we need to import to use a module, we need to import it. To use a function, we need to call it. And to use a module, you need to import it. Once we import a module, we can directly use all the functions of that module. How do we use it? You use the word import and the module nil. For example, import math. Now this gives us access to all the functions in the module. To call a particular function of a module, the function name should be preceded with the name of the module. That is module name dot function name. So math dot absolute, math dot power, etc. Built-in modules. Now, Python is case sensitive and all modules are in lowercase. You must remember this. So Python library has many built-in modules that are really very, very helpful to programmers. Let us explore some commonly used modules and frequently used functions. Okay, number one, the most important module that is used very, very frequently is module named math, and it contains lots of mathematical functions. The other one that we have already learned before is random. The third one is statistics. Now, over here we have all these names of the functions that is there in this module, ceil, float, etc., and what it does. Everything is explained over here. You can give this a go. You can practice this in your script mode. Second is random. Random has random, random int, random range, and random rand range. And what it is explained over here. And finally, we have statistics. In this module, we have some statistic functions like mean, median, mode. Now, import statement can be written anywhere in the program, and module must be imported only once. You don't have to import it every time you want to use it. Okay, in order to get a list of the modules available in Python, we can use the following statement. And to view the contents of the module, you use the following statement. You can practice these two statements, help module, help math, in your script mode. Finally, there is one more statement called from statement. Up till now, we were talking about importing an entire module, but sometimes you may just want to use one particular function from the module. So instead of loading all the functions into the memory by importing a module, you use a from statement that is used to access only the required function from a module. So it loads only the specified function instead of all the functions in a module. So its syntax is from module name, import function name. So from random, import random. From math, import steel, etc. Okay. Only using the required functions rather than importing a module saves memory. So why would you import only a function and not an entire module? To save the memory of the computer. Okay. Now, we can also create a user-defined module. That means you can also create a module and save it, and then you can use it in any of your future programs. Now that would be very interesting and helpful, right? Let's see how to do that. Doc strings. What is doc strings? Doc strings is also called Python documentation strings. It is a multi-line comment that is added to describe the modules, the functions, etc. They're typically added as the first line using 3 quotes. So first, whenever you want to do a module is you will write a doc string. Then you will write the user-defined function that you want to use. You will save the file, and finally you will import at shell prompt and execute the function. So this is the doc string. You have a triple line starting here and ending here. This is the name, basic math module, and this is the description. Now, this is add num, subtract num, multiply num, division of num. It is taking 2 parameters, x and y, and it is returning some values. Okay. And when you are dividing it, you are going to check if y is 0. You are saying division by 0 error, otherwise you are dividing it and returning it. Now, when you will execute these statements, you're going to get something like this up till here. Okay, now this module contains basic arithmetic operations that can be carried out on number. This is what I had written. Now, when you go to your script mode, you're going to say import basic math. That was the name of the, that will be the name of the file also. Okay, so you will say import basic math, and then you will be able to use it. You'll say a equals to basic math dot add num. That is the name of our function, and you're going to pass 2 arguments, and it will return to you the answer. The value will go here and it will return to you the answer. Okay, so let's practice this and see it. All right, so over here I have made this same thing that was there in your chapter. I have put a triple string quote over here, triple line quote. Doc string will take a triple. Okay, and these are my 4 functions that I have made. And finally, end of module, I'm going to save it as basic underscore math. And we are going to save it in our file over here. All right, done. Now what does it say? Now it's saying run it. So let's run it and see what I get. All right, I'm not getting an output. Okay, now in my script mode, I'm going to write import basic math. So here I'm going to write import basic math. All right. Then I can use the help function to see and this was the description that we had given to the function. These are all the functions that I have, and this is the file. Now let's see if I can use it. So let's say can I say add num and pass 2 numbers and see, do I get an answer? See, I just made these functions, add num. Okay, beginning of module is coming after add num. This shouldn't come here. It shouldn't come here, right? All right. No problem. Then let's say division. So div num, let's say 2, 12, or div num 2. Yes, so it's working because I have imported the entire library. I'm able to use it over here. Now let's take a new file and import it over here. Let's say import basic underscore math. Okay, and over here I'm going to, let's say, do a calculator program. So I'm going to say take 2 numbers from the user. A equals to integer input enter a number, B enter a number, and then I'm going to say select operation. You remember we have done this before. All right, and finally over here I'm going to say I'm going to take an input from the user. So I'm going to take operator, so O equals to integer input. So whatever is the input that will be taken by the user, I'm going to take it and then I'm going to do if and else. So I will say if O equals to 1. Then we have to do add num and the values that the user has said. If then we will do subtract num, so sub num. Because I have the file open, I'm just going to go and check it, because I don't want to create a problem over there. Okay. So this I have done. I have imported an entire module over here and I'm using all the 4 functions depending on the user choice. If you remember, we had done something like this before, and of course our program was longer than this. I hope you will be able to understand the application of modules over here so that if you make a program, you can use it in another program. Let's run this and check. This is my import module example. I'm going to run this again because I wanted nice and new. Enter a number 6, enter a number 48, select an operation, so number 4. Div num is not defined. Why did this come? Yes, so over here we have to write basic underscore math dot. This needs to be added everywhere. They had written if you use the module name, you have to use this also. Let's run this and check again. Enter a number 6, 48. I'm going to close this and do it again. Visible. 12, 4. I didn't get the output. Why? Everything is correct because I am not saving the answer anywhere and not displaying anything to the user. My program is working very well. So I can say result equals to over here, or I can say print function. I think. All right, let's run this again and check it. Enter a number 4, 12, number 4, 0.333. Let's do it again. So 12 and 4 and divide 3. So now it's working and you can see the most beautiful thing is these functions are not in this entire file. They're in a completely different file. So this is a very good learning opportunity. You're going to practice this. You've done the supermarket program. Okay, so what I want you all to do is at least have one of its function in a different file and practice it. Calculator program will also be practiced in this way. Random can also be practiced in this way. Do some practices on your own. Next class, that is on Monday onwards, we are going to start doing lots of program, and in that I'm going to do function method. But I request you all to try module method in your own way whenever we are doing any sort of practice. With this, I end today's class. I think this is a very good learning opportunity. Here, we called for a module that we did in something else. Finally, now we all have a function in which you are able to do modularity and reusability of your code. So your area of circle, area of perimeter, all these that you have done, which are in another file, okay, you can use them in a new menu-driven program that you create without writing the code again. Now we all know that functions can be defined as a named group of instructions, and they are executed when the function is invoked or called by its name. Programmers can write down their own function, which is known as user-defined functions. Python interpreter already has a number of functions inbuilt, and these are the functions that are frequently used in the Python program. Such functions are known as built-in functions. An argument is basically a value that is passed to the function during the function call, which is received in a parameter which is defined in the function header. Python allows assigning a default value to the parameter. So in case an argument is not passed, it can use a default value. A function returns value to the calling function using a return statement. Multiple values can be returned in Python through a tuple. That is, in round brackets, the value separated by a comma. Flow of execution can be defined as the order in which the statements is called in a program are executed. The part of program where a variable is accessible is defined as the scope of the variable. A variable that is defined outside any particular function or block is known as a global variable, and it can be accessed anywhere in the program. A variable that is defined inside any function or block is known as local variable, and it can be accessed only in the function or block where it is defined. It exists only till the function executes and remains alive, otherwise it is not there in the computer memory. The Python standard library is an intensive collection of functions and modules that help the programmer in the faster development of programs. A module is a Python file that contains definitions of multiple functions. A module can be imported in a program using a import statement, and irrespective of the number of times a module is imported, it is loaded only once. To import a specific function in the program from a module, we use the from statement. Now, these you're going to do as homework and we will solve them together next class. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.